Now this thing is extremely heavy, and the best thing is to do it with two people, but it's quite possible that you don't have such possibility. Then ask your neighbor if you're not strong enough and put it up. Gently put it in. Like so. And deeper. Like so. And then the first part is done. Now the washing machines usually are built like this, that you can open the front. Usually you need to like this, so it's like a door, and you can click this glass close, and usually you have such manual handle. And if you want to unscrew it, usually you will find somewhere screws like here or so. In this case, I think we had, when I look, not here, just here, and perhaps oops, we had one here, one there, so 3. And then you were yeah, I think it was, I'm not sure now, but we will find out when I assemble it back. So we have this thing in. I will close this. Let's click this, hold it like that. So we are looking at the top, and I will put it a little bit slightly closer so I can screw those things back on. And then later will come the engine. In my case, when I don't know how to assemble back, usually will forget, I use a camera and sometimes also a marker if a few of the same cables look similar, of the same color. So this is a good tip, you know, like here I will, perhaps you can read it, I will put an N for neutral and another colors for there. So you know, here is N, and there another color. So it's good to label them. It's good to label all the wires, and also put a camera or take a picture. It's very good. But if you don't have, just label it. Put a label here and say, this is red or green or whatever, and and so on and so on. So you will have everything what you need. Or if you don't have it, just make a note this part and take notes of it, and perhaps small drawing will also help. Good. I will put the camera back on the tripod, and perhaps if you see how I do it, it will help you somehow, to fix your washing machine. In this case, I had to take this washing machine apart because it was on the second floor of the house, and the stairs were so small. Even with 2 people, you couldn't, manage the carrying of a washing machine. So I decided to take it apart, and it was easier to carry. But I did repair it once when water came. Somehow water came over the cables, and I didn't know where the leak was, but it's still working, so I perhaps fixed it, although I'm not too sure about that. But I cannot see any legs anymore, so not sure what happened, but there was water, and you know, I just cleaned the contacts and it worked again. The engine was fine. So yeah, have a look with me how I fixed it. And so I take the tap slightly closer. This would be good. We take the engine. This is the engine. I don't know if you can see it. This is the engine. So this is in Miele, by the way. I will put it also on the information of the video. And I don't really remember everything how I put, so it will be a little bit guessing, and I will be looking at pictures, and I'm sure in the end it will be all fine. Usually when I take things apart, I will put the screws back on. Like for example here, you know, I have all the screws back on. That way I'm sure I will not lose it. So we're looking at the engine, and this will go to the front, because this is what you look at, it's the back of the, but I have the washing machine on its back because it's the easiest way to repair for me. And this is the engine with its you cannot see it, but you have the bolt here, see? Yeah. And we will screw that one on here and those two on there. And if you can see closely, you can see how much damage it was done during this shortcut. But like I said, after that it worked again, so it was a bit mystery what really happened. Now recording and putting it back on is almost impossible, and I will try to put it in a tripod, because I know when you're fixing things for yourself, especially the first time, it usually is very helpful. Hello, to have some guidance. So this is the thing we'll screw on, and it went like this. And here we will later position it a bit, because you can move it a bit, I think, at least, you know, and I do it every day, so for me it's also a bit adventure. I need to hold it a bit, and hopefully it's, now we can screw this one a bit on. It's always a challenge, but it's not that bad. So I hold it, push it a bit with one hand, and then you can screw it back on easier. And I will hold it a bit like this, because later you will move it a bit up and down, so you don't want to. Yeah, let's see, now it's a bit stuck. Not sure what size it is, but a little bit bigger. Yeah, but like this, because it will move like this, and I will position it, but this will be done later. Now I go again to my right, and then this is again the view from the bottom. and the washing machine is laying on its back. And this is a pump for water. And yeah, this is where water comes out. And if you look there, this is the underneath of the tap. See? Yeah, hopefully it's helpful a bit. Good. Now back to the right side. Here I'll take the camera from tripod. We have there another place for a bolt. If you zoom out a bit, see that one, the green one. It's a little bit too far, but we'll move it around so it, and then again slight motions up and down if it's possible, and then we'll put a screw like this on it. Good, let's try. Here is loose, you can do this motion, and then this one move a little bit in its place. Hopefully you can see it. And see, this is a good position like that. So you need to be a bit handy in this, but you know, if you need to fix it, I think you can do it. I'm quite positive about it. And in this stage you can also move a bit the tap around, and this will help you put the screw underneath. Because I think you need to put it like that, because I see the wind, I think there, if that's the, I will try to look at it again. So I've put the bolt there, and I couldn't hold it and record it, so I'm sorry for that, but, and then I you know, like this hammer, and then I put this underneath, screw it on, you know. Yeah, it's okay now. We can put this back on. And we need to screw it back on also. There's this screw. Be sure to put it well. Make sure it's good and tight everywhere. And then you can put a screw on. And you can screw it with a screwdriver. Or with your fingers for a while, but then, you know, of course you need to, you know, fasten it. Yeah. rubber piece is here. When it connects here very nicely, you are sure the rubber is in a good place. Okay, now we can move on. make sure that this wire stays nice in place all the way around, because it can jump to here and then it's not good. You really want it in the groove here, and then just I don't have all original screws, but usually you can find something in a workshop or to work with. This was the screw, it's just important, and this one too. This one now. It can be that this is not the original, but whatever you do, you always make sure it's steady there. That's good enough. So it doesn't shake or something. And now we close the door, because you can always check, this is good, this is good. This has to be really nice tight. The good check is this plastic has to fall flat on the metal part, and then it's okay. That's really okay. So I'm quite happy with this, and we close the door like this, slowly, easy, maybe not that easy, and make sure the rubber is here clean, not too dirty, because just scrub it off with a nail or something else, because if you screw it on, you want to this be as watertight as possible, especially the underneath part. Alright, now we will find the screws that we need here. Okay, looking from underneath, the engine is still loose, the screws are loose, and even the shock or the stabilizer are loose, because we will put the belt between the engine and the tap, and for this we will need some movement, and the stabilizers I didn't tighten because I will do it all together with the engine. You can put the stabilizers to the tap when the washing machine is on its feet, but I find it a little bit easier. But be careful when you put it on the feet, be gentle so it doesn't move, because this is from plastic, it can break. Alright. When you put it back on the feet of the washing machine, it's best to hold on the back. Don't touch this because it's plastic and it will break. So this, and now we can proceed. This wire goes like this. Like that. And then here. And then here I see a contact is a little bit dirty. I will make it clean. This is pretty good. If you don't have it, just use a napkin or something, it's also good. And same there. See, that's cleaner. This goes like here. Okay, done. Looks okay. Now the belt, put it down there, like so. We have to go to the front now. These screws we need to put on later, because else we cannot open the door. And usually when I put screws back, I will put the screws usually back to its place when I need, just a quick, open and close. That way you don't lose it. You could theoretically you can put the belt on also when it's on its back. Can be a bit easier. What you can do is like here. Feel the engine. The engine has one of those grooves in them, and then pull it out. It's very difficult to do it with one hand. I will try to hold the camera with like this. Okay. Now I'll try to zoom in for you. So it's a little bit like that. See? There you can see the engines. And it has such grooves, and it should come nicely to the grooves of the belt. And then we because you see it is tight. You will move slightly like this and then move it again. I will have to see, that's almost there. You can see there the belt is still sticking out in the wrong way. See, I'm gonna move it a little bit. Now, and because it's not completely the noise you hear is the rubber. See, and this is quite okay, I think. Looks okay, I think. And once the machine is back on its side, I will tighten all the bolts, all the screws. With this, difficult to film again, but take the tripod. With this you tighten the belt, and you can see there the belt is still loose, and perhaps it depends, because now it's a little bit tight. You can still perhaps move it a little bit above, so it's one groove more. Yeah, I moved it one groove more, so it sits in the middle. And now we will, tighten it up a bit, not too much. It's, it's a bit like, it's not like of the engine, the thing, but something like that. Usually you can find also where the old spot was. Here you can see slight discolorization, so we'll move a bit to here and it should be all okay. It's okay, yeah. I tighten it a bit like this. Then I will move it forward. And now I really need two hands. No. I think it's useful for someone if you never, fix things yourself. It's best to watch someone do exactly what I do, for example. It's almost like sitting next to each other, and that way you learn the best. I think the wrong size. Yeah. No, that's too small. Okay, this fits better. Yeah, make sure the belt is nice tight, not too tight. If you didn't tighten it enough, you probably will find out when you do laundry with a lot of clothes in the tub. Then it probably will make noise. Too tight is also not good, because it can break, and it's a little bit like with the bicycle chains. Too tight will make it heavy to move the wheel around. This is the same, not too tight, not too loose. And I like the tip, use the discolorization where the bolts were before. And now we can tighten up all the others, from the engine and from those, stabilizers. Not sure how they call it. Too small. This should be right. Okay, this fits. You can use also Loctite, which is a form of a glue which you put on a bolt, and then tighten it up, and it will sort of glue itself. And now we will do the stabilizers. This tripod is too high to be useful, but I will try to do it a little bit, with you, with one hand, like this. I think it's helpful, and it doesn't matter if you're a woman, you probably can do it too. I don't think you can. I mean, I don't think you need to tighten it up very tight, but you know, so it's. And now we do another, and you can probably see it. This one is there. Here. Okay. Hopefully you can see it a bit, and come on. I'm actually watching on the camera. It's actually quite helpful at the moment. No. Okay. This should do it, and maybe one more. Like this. And now we go to the engines. Balls, because hopefully we can film it too. Something under the camera. I'm sure we will be able to pull it off. Nah, stay tight. So it's this screw there, and it's all from here to there. And if you take engine here, you know, so we tighten this up. This was a stabilizer. This is the part from the engine, and as you can see, it's all loose, and this is really not good. So I will put one of these on above and one of these underneath, and I will tighten it up. Good, let's try to film it. And it's ice. this is okay. And then the last one is here. I'm not sure if I can film it from here. Maybe if I do it like this. This is the view from, the engine is here, and we will go here. I think it's useful when you watch someone do it, and you can replicate the movements. And again, I will use one tool from above. This one is the most tricky one. But I am I will use slightly different tool for this. I hold this with my finger here, so don't move it enough, and I will use this tool here. And I'll make this motion. There are handier tools, there are better tools than this, but I will work with what I have. And to make sure it's nice and tight, right, this is enough. So remember the stabilizers, at least I call them the stabilizers. Tighten them. This is one, then it's two. Then you have screws here, and this one, and underneath of this one I almost forgot, I have a screw too. There, you know, so coming from this there. And all the washing machines have more or less the same technology. Yeah, and the engine has 1, 2 here. Make sure they're all tight. And here was another one. Right, we're okay. So the cables were slightly burnt. We isolate them again. And this works actually for years like this. I'm not sure what caused the shortcut. But it works well at the moment, and it works for, I think, something like 6 years. So even it was burnt, I just cleaned it, and you know, it was sick cover. I don't use it anymore, and if water will come out of the top, it will, you know, fill the engine anyway. Because look, see, it's all open. So yeah. Alright, let's get this machine on its feet again.